This is Gardening and Orchids Bundle, 3-in-1 bundle, organic gardening, lawn care, orchids. Written by Mark C. Smith, Tom J. Hill, and Mary Ann Collins. Read by Jesse Gross and John Hayes.
This is Organic Gardening, the ultimate guide to starting a healthy garden. Written by Mark C. Smith, read by Jesse Gross. Forward. Over the last few years, home gardening has gotten to be an increasingly popular pastime and hobby. As a matter of fact, studies demonstrate that home gardening is at an all-time high in America today. In the U.S., 8 out of 10 households take part in some sort of home gardening activity. Obviously, from the number of individuals that are doing it, home gardening is among the most popular recreational activities in the nation, and organic gardening is also on the rise. Get all the info you need here. Chapter 1. Introduction. Synopsis. Most individuals that try their hand at home gardening plant flowers. At least they begin planting flowers anyway. Roses will likely be the first thought for gardeners, but roses will take additional time and work and ought to probably be left to those who have gardened before. When planting flowers, a lot of choices are available, like bulbs, perennials, and annuals. The basics. Edible plants are a different big thing in home gardening. Possibly the best thing about edibles is the payoff of eating them. The list of edible plants that gardeners may grow at home is endless. A few of the most common edible plants in the veggie arena are potatoes, peas, corn, carrots, squash, and cucumber. A lot of gardeners opt for fruits like watermelons, tomatoes, peaches, plums, apples, pears, and apricots. Little fruits such as strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries commonly require less work and less space, making them much more workable for home gardening. Herbs, most frequently used as spices in cooking, are growing in popularity daily. Some of the most grown include basil, thyme, oregano, parsley, and cilantro. Among the most important matters to watch for when planting edibles is insects and disease. After all, you don't want to use pesticides or miss out on the feast you'll get to enjoy from healthy plants. Many individuals don't recognize it, but landscaping is a form of home gardening. Landscaping covers a lot of different areas and forms of gardening. You're able to even classify mowing your lawn as landscaping. Keeping in the lines of grasses, landscaping almost always involving decorative grasses, and the amazing thing about them is they don't take much work for upkeep. Sorts of grasses include monkey grass, pampas, buffalo grass, flame grass, and ornamental millet. Landscaping isn't simply limited to plant life, but likewise includes anything done to a yard for decoration, like adding stones or rocks, putting in a little pond, statues, or a waterfall. There isn't much difference between home gardening and gardening anyplace else, except if you want to have an organic garden. But plants still need to be planted in an honorable location. The plants still require water, and they still require the same nutrients. Home gardening shouldn't cause anybody to get nervous. If you do decide to try home gardening and discover that you don't have a green thumb, don't get discouraged. Attempt it again the next planting season. Chapter 2. Container Gardening. Synopsis. Occasionally, the urge to garden could be stomped out by other considerations, like living arrangements or space constrictions. If you live in an apartment, you can't truly operate a full garden, simply because you don't truly have a yard. I think that among the best solutions for this issue is to grow plants in containers. You may hang these or simply arrange them on your terrace, windowsill, or balcony. Simply add a couple of baskets or pots and your whole living area will look much classier and nicer. Smaller space. An advantage of growing in little containers is the fact that you may move them around to suit your needs. If you rearrange your furniture and you believe that it would look nicer if it were in another area, it's no trouble at all to put it there. Provided the lighting is about the same, your plant shouldn't mind the transition in the least. A different advantage of the container's versatility is the fact that you may adapt it to stimulate any environment depending upon the type of soil you fill it with and where you put it. If you're attempting to make an aesthetically pleasing arrangement of containers and plants, you may set the containers to be at assorted heights by hanging them from the ceiling or placing them on supports. Hanging them will let you make the most of the space you have. This is called vertical gardening. If you pull it off correctly, you may make a really pleasing arrangement of plants while conserving your valuable space. If you live in an apartment, you know how crucial it is to preserve space. One technique of vertical gardening is to utilize a wooden stepladder. If painted right, you may arrange all the plants on it in a beautiful, fashionable cascade of color. The upkeep of container plants takes somewhat more time as you have to water more often and go around to every individual container, but the square footage for container plants is much less than that of a true garden, so the time spent on upkeep and water
Sample complete. Ready to continue?